Welcome, everyone, to season 13, episode 2.
Dum, dum,
Duh.
dum.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Dose. Do they do that anymore?
Dose. I don't know.
Rock on.
Give them horns. I think rock on or hook them.
Yeah.
Texas. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, cool. Here we are. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. I missed
They've all
are you?
forgotten about us. Everybody but Wadaholic Ozzy has forgotten about us.
Yeah, everybody a lot of Holly forgot about us. They're like, oh yeah, whatever.
They're still on
These guys,
vacation.
That's right. They're on vacation. It's August. It's what it is. It is what it is. Well, before we get any further, I gotta say, Zane, this episode's for you, our new patron. Woo!
Zane, what's up?
Zane, yeah,
We appreciate you, Zane.
man.
Thank you.
the myth, our woman, the person,
Yeah.
the legend, Zane. Anyway, yeah, that's the only real announcement I got. I think. JordanCon tickets go on sale. I think they're already on sale, but the hotel block goes on sale. So I guess I should mention that. I'm not sure if I'm going this year because I think we're gonna plan something for the summer.
Yeah.
We're in talks about things.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna make that happen, Ian.
Is
Yes.
this the last Jordan Con of like
Of us,
Blue
yeah.
Yeah.
We won't have spoiler tags.
Yeah, I think we should go next year. As,
Yeah.
like, then we're unspoiled. Like we won't be done
And
by
go
Jordan
wide
Con.
open.
Yeah.
Next year we'll be done, so we can just go.
Yeah. Be like the reunion tour.
Yeah, that and it'd be really
Sure.
nice to experience it and see everybody again, not have the spoiler alert and get to experience it through other people's perspective and point of views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, without anybody holding back any crazy wild theory that they have, or
Agreed.
that'll be
Yeah,
fun.
You go to the Looney Theories and be cool.
I can also
Yeah, so
enjoy all
we'll
the
plan on that.
Sanderson stuff. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean last year I didn't go because our house was under renovation, and it's still under renovation, and it's September next week, and it's still under renovation.
It's crazy.
It's not even close to being finished.
What are they doing? Like,
Yeah.
do they have their thing in their hand?
Well, the contractor just fired the project manager last night. So because of us, like we called him, like, what's going on? And he called me today. He's like, yeah, I fired him last night because we had a talk and he's just not doing his job. So
Dang. Hey,
That's how the cookie crumbles.
well, hopefully it turns around for the better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully get someone on there. See, he's gonna the contractor, the GC who has been like kind of hands off because he just kind of put it on his like project managers.
Project manager.
He had one guy retire on him. Yeah, they had one project manager retire. They got a new guy that was supposed to be good, who spoke a big game, but then just like never showed up, never did anything. Like,
Yeah.
like they're tiling the bathroom right now. Like, and like the guy got done laying all the tiles. Like, all right, where's the grout? I was like, we told the project manager what grout we wanted. We gave him the number to order it 4 weeks ago. So he calls him. He's like, oh, yeah, I haven't ordered it yet. What? What are you doing, dude?
Bruh.
Like, it's just
Homeboy lied on his resume. He's like, yeah, I'll make this money real quick.
I found out we're hosting my wife's family for Thanksgiving, so I joked around with her saying, hopefully we're done with the renovation by then.
Yo, you're laughing, but
Really?
that's going to be here in a blink. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, it really is. It's like 2 months away.
I know.
Well, 3
Oh
months.
man, I mean the drywall's all done. They still need to do all the floors, still need to paint everything. They still need to put all the things in, like the toilet and the bathtub and the vanity and all the light fixtures. And they need to build
I'm
the
laughing
closet
with you.
Yeah, there's
not
still
at
like a lot.
you. Yeah.
It's yeah. The problem is
It's
like
so
they
bad,
come, like, for like
I was say it's so bad I
Go ahead.
haven't even called to give Alan a hard time because I know him and Happy are stressed over it. I got a call from him one morning and he was like, oh, well, they finished XYZ putting something in. And I was like, that's good. And he goes, yeah, but they did it wrong. So they got to take it all out. And I was like, oh, no. And that was like the third time he
there's
said
a lot
something
of
like
that.
that. I was like, all right, I'm just not going to
there's a
choke
lot
on him
of
now.
that. Yeah.
They
It was
got to do
funny,
it
like
again.
we were meeting someone. I think it was at church, and like someone came up to we were talking about it, and they're like that must put a lot of strain in your marriage. I was like, no, we got a common enemy. It's actually like
It's great.
Yes.
like we're on the same page. Like
One team, one friend.
Yes.
yeah. You find a new enemy after that. No,
Yeah.
it's great.
Kitchen remodel
first-
next.
Yeah, kitchen remodel. Yeah, no,
Then
I'm
happy
gonna
really
be done
won't be happy.
remodeling for so personal life, let's go to that. So I've been gone for 2 weeks. Went to San Diego, the wonderful land of San Diego for a little bit.
Much fun.
Had too much fun. It was good. It was a good time. Learned a lot from my gerb, and got to go hang out at San Diego Yacht Club, which is kind of cool. Got to hang out on 60-foot J boat, which was really cool. Thank you, Mike Nicoletti, who said he might start listening to the podcast, but he's probably starting episode 1. So in 3 years from now,
If he sticks with it, he'll get here.
he'll get here. He doesn't read the book, so I doubt he'll stick with it. But whatever. If he does, whatever. Cool. Thanks, man. It was fun. It's good catching up. Speaking of catching up, like my best friend from elementary school that moved away when I was in 4th grade, who I haven't talked to in over 20 years. I think because we couldn't drink yet last time he came in town. We were in college, but I was like 20 or 19 was the last time I saw him. I'm 42 now. Just put it out that my age. So it's been a long time, but I get a random text message from him. It's like, hey, is this Alan's phone? And I was like, yes. He goes, hey, it's me. I'm flying to Norfolk for business. I'll be in town this week. I was like, oh,
Hey.
okay, cool. It's like, I was wondering if you could hang out. I was like, yeah, why not? Come on over. Like, so apparently it's coming over to hang out tomorrow night. So that'll be cool.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll blast
Catch
you,
up
Pat.
from 20 years of like that. Yeah, I mean, it's like we went to like 4-year-old preschool together, and like we're best friends and inseparable all through elementary school. And then his parents was military, got restationed, and he moved away in 4th grade. And like we saw each other a few times through high school and some of that. Like, but he moved across country.
Yeah.
And so blast in the past. It's fun. It's fun catching up with old friends that we're all now completely different people. So it's gonna be like kind of that awkward, like, so I don't know anything about you. What's up?
Yeah, it's like, who are you now?
I don't even know who you
It's gonna
are,
be
but
fun.
Big Friday off.
oh, it'll be fun. Yeah. It's like, you want a drink? I don't know. So
Well, I
then went to Outer
somewhat went through
Banks.
that recently, and he's on
Did
our
you?
fantasy football team this year. Justin, I won't say the last name, but he and I, his dad lived next to me when I lived downtown Newport News. And so we moved from there, was it 9th grade when I moved to Riverside?
Mhm.
And then I really hadn't seen him since then until like a year ago. And we just randomly figured out that we were living next to each other in Richmond, like 2 minutes away. And we just started hanging out. And it's been, totally fine.
Yeah.
One of those kind of like no time had passed sort of things. There was maybe 30 seconds of awkwardness. And it was like, nah, I still like you.
Yeah.
we're
That's always good.
we're still cool.
We're still friends.
Yeah.
Hey, do you like green? No, I like blue. Okay, we can still be friends. Cool. All right.
Yeah. All right.
It's how you make it's how you make friends as kids. So you just like run up to him in the pool, like, hey, what's your favorite color? Cool. All right, let's friends. We're friends now.
I remember how big kickball was back in the day. Be like, you want to be on my kickball team? Oh, best friends.
Oh man, best friends. Yeah. So then went to Outer Banks after San Diego. Came home, went straight to Outer Banks to the beach. We had a couple good days at the beach. Got burned one day, which was nice little sunburn. Was nice. I did put lotion on, but it just put the lotion on the skin, but I still got burnt. And then the hurricane came, so I didn't hit the Outer Banks, but it was off the coast, and they closed the beaches. Apparently, Caters got rocked. So like, even though it didn't get hit,
Buxton is about to
surge,
disappear.
It washed over the road, and the dunes came over the road and blocked all access in and out. So they evacuated down there. They didn't evacuate where we were, but they closed the beaches. So like we left early because we were like, well, with 3 kids, small kids, and our only plan was the beach. Like, I'm not hanging out for another 2 days with just hanging outside the house. Like, I'm just not doing it. So we're going home. So we packed our bags and went home, which was fine. It was nice to get home and kind of settle back in. This is the last week the kids have this week before we go back to school next week. So we're kind of readjusting and getting the kids ready for school, which is fun.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I think fantasy football draft this weekend with Ian's team, Ian's fantasy league. So see if I can double Pete champion 2 years in a row. Yeah, last year champion.
Oh, I'm really talented. I got Josh Allen. Oh, yeah.
I don't even know the players because I don't even watch football. Literally, I just make spreadsheets and I win.
Yeah.
I just look at the data.
Well, joke's on you. I've made a spreadsheet this year, so yeah,
I won't tell you.
You're in trouble.
Yeah, secret formula.
May the best.
Anyway, so it's. Although you made me like last pick in the draft, so it's gonna suck. Anyway, so
that's what happens when you win.
I know. So yeah, so we got that coming up. That's about all I got. Personal life going on. Get ready for school with kids. Work's been crazy because I was off for 2 weeks, so I'm like swamped, answering like 3,000 emails and a million different meetings. But we're getting through it. We're making it work. How about you guys? What's going on with you guys?
Gosh, you would think with as much time as we took off, I'd have a lot to say. Yeah, but life's been, kind of in cruise control, enjoying summer as much as I can. A couple of random trips to the beach. Good friend from high school who now lives in the West Coast. He visited, so I did a day at the beach right before the hurricane came. The day I was out there, man, the surf was, it was impressive, really. I could see like how it'd be difficult to be down there with kids because you can't get in the water at all. But we spent a day just chilling. You couldn't get in any more than like shin deep or else the waves would destroy you. But just watching it, I've been down in Outer Banks literally when hurricanes and tropical storms were hitting. But there was more energy in the water a couple days before Aaron hit than I've ever seen down there. It was super cool.
Yeah.
And then the last high tide. Yeah. Well, like down there, I mean,
Hurricane Isaac? What's Isaac?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the hurricanes. Yeah, I actually went sailing in it. Like I just took a boat out and see if I could sail there in a hurrcane. It was a dinghy, too, like a little small tuber. I think I took an F3 out and it just.
So you played with your dinghy during a hurricane?
I did. It was fun.
Yeah.
No way.
But anyway, so that was cool. What else? Oh yeah. So update on the non-English speaking Brazilian girlfriend thing. She's pretty much committed to going back to Brazil. So she's going to visit some folks in Florida, it looks like, for a little bit before she goes back. But it, like I said before, I mean, I joked like, if she wanted the green card, I'd totally marry her, and I probably would have. I'm sure y'all don't doubt that. Now knowing me, but also like we always kind of knew she was going back. That never really changed. So it was a really interesting dynamic. Every time we hung out, we talk about the possibility a little bit, but really it was just hanging out, having a good time, enjoying the moment. And yeah, so it's a little sad, but not really. I don't know. Never really. I don't know. It's like Grease, like a summertime love thing.
Ian's a hopeless romantic, and I'm going to tell a story about Ian just because. Sorry, Ian, if it embarrasses you. Yeah. When we were in college, way back, I
fall in love very easily.
Ian was at the grocery store, and another girl that speaks English. It was a Polish girl at the checkout girl, and Ian starts a conversation with her, and then
she was beautiful.
Together. She quit her job, and Ian was in college, stopped going to classes, and just disappeared. And like. Ian's mom was calling me. Where's Ian? I don't know.
For 2 weeks, I was gone.
For 2 weeks, he disappeared, and he went up to New York with her. Or did you go to like New York City or something like that with her, or went upstate?
Well, that was our final destination, but we did DC, Baltimore, Philadelphia. We slept in the truck most of the time. I took my mom's truck. That's why she was freaking out.
Yeah, that's what she's freaking out. She's like, "Where's Ian?" I was like, "I don't know." It's like, and people like are calling me up like, "He's not in class." I was like, "I don't know, dude." Like he met a girl at the grocery store. Like,
Yeah. Oh, and so that's when we had the sailing house, and everybody in the house gave me their money, and I was paying the monthly rent. And there were still a couple months left of the school year, and they thought I like dropped out and stole their money.
Oh no.
They were freaking out that I wouldn't pay the rent.
oh yeah,
No, but okay. So I guess that's another example. So it's happened to me twice then. And so we went on a couple of
That's what
times where she was
happened
in
was.
Williamsburg, and we were talking, and she had a couple weeks left before she went back. She just had like a short. They come during the summer to work and then go back to school, sort of thing. And I was like, man, 2 weeks left. What are you going to do between now and then? Is there anything else you want to see? She's like, no, I've just been here in Williamsburg, and I guess I'll just work up until the very end. I was like, or you could not work, and we could just go check out all these cities. And then I got a friend in New York we could go visit. And she's like, okay. So we literally packed our bags and left.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd say she enjoyed her last couple of weeks.
Yeah. One
What
day
the
I
hell?
want you to pack me up and take me out for 2 weeks.
Hey, let me know,
We
bro.
can go
I got
to
you.
California.
Now look, you're married, so
California.
Chanel's gonna have to sign a permission slip, but then I got you.
The time has come. I mean,
Hunt you down.
I have 2 weeks off in December. We're going to drive to California then.
Let's do it. Road
There you
trip.
go. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's been
I got
left.
presentation hour.
My roommate moved out. I'm undecided if I'm gonna get another one. It's kind of nice having the place to myself, but it's only been a couple days, and already I'm looking at the empty room there, and I'm like, man, this is just I'm paying for this space and not using it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, when I have the boys, it's nice for us to have this place to ourselves. And the odds of me finding a roommate as cool as my last one are pretty slim. Like when I got the roommate last time, I was thinking, all right, when I have the boys, I'll probably spend 90% of the time at my mom or my dad's because it's probably be awkward or weird. But he was a cool dude, so we ended up hanging out here all the time. Not that he did stuff with us, but like it just it was okay that he was around. And being able to find a fit like that, I don't know if I'll be able to do that twice in a row. So anyways, if there's any semi-normal people out there that want to live in Richmond, and don't mind my kids hanging around from time to time, I might have a room for rent. Let me know.
Yeah.
Bonus, if you're female, don't speak English. And, before you go back to your home country, you just want to go on a 2-week vacation and we'll live out of my truck.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Chris, what have you been doing the last 2 weeks?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's been literally
just waiting to hang out with us.
Waiting to hang with you guys. Literally it's been work and I've been catching up on anime this summer. I was a huge fan of certain animes and I kind of let them die off. I've watched every episode of One Piece at this point. Caught up on
that's a lot.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Kaiju number
Generation
8. Like I watched all those way back in Toonami days. Yeah. And then I got caught up in some. Oh, we saw Neja, and I just watched a bunch of. Went back to my childhood. I was like, you know what? Stop biting me, damn it!
Wait, am I allowed to say that word?
Sorry. I smacked my cat, John. Like I spanked the pussy.
No. You said the.
I
don't know if I want to. What were you talking about before that you watched or listened to?
What? Neja.
I was gonna say it, but I didn't know if
that one you could say.
Anyway. Okay, Neja. Sounds like I'm saying it in French or something. Like.
Yeah,
I just fancied it up a little bit.
We have
Wadaholic. Chris did it last time.
Yeah,
Chris did that last time. Wadaholic.
So
go to the last episode.
And then I've been listening to Morris Sanderson, so I listened to Steelheart. That's been good. So I'm actually listening to that entire series now.
I need to get the Emberdark book because I heard it's the actual book.
Good.
I didn't finish it yet, but the book I hear.
Yeah.
So when it's in one character's point of view, or when they're in one location, I'm not going to give spoilers away. So when they're in one location, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. All the pages are white with black ink, like normal. But when they go to the other side, all the pages are black with white ink.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Just because that's so cool.
Again, and my church was balling. So we have a coffee shop and a bookstore in the church, and they have Emberdark there. And I'm like, how many churches are selling like fantasy novels in the church? Like, it's pretty dope.
I remember when churches were going around slapping kids for watching Harry Potter. Like, you're gonna go to hell for reading Harry Potter. What? Y'all remember that?
Harry Potter tattoos. Yeah, I had to fight with my aunt for a month and a half.
That joke was hilarious.
I was like, I'm not giving the book
here's
up,
a fun. Here's a fun fact. In the medieval church, they never burned witches. There's not one case of actual witches being burned at the stake during medieval times. That happened in the 1690s in Salem and all in parts of Europe, but not during the medieval times. That's modern. That classical period.
They just burned them because they wanted their land.
They burned heretics. So that's where so if you were practicing witchcraft, but you were doing it in the name of the Bible, they didn't really care. You're just a kooky lady. Like, they didn't care. But as soon as they burned heretics. That was the difference. It was not just witchcraft itself. So if it was dark magic and it was heretic, that's different. But people that were
eventually that turned into anybody that might threaten the power of the church. Heretic. Burn.
Heretic. Yeah. Burn them.
All right. So yeah.
So just fun fact. I knew we mentioned Harry Potter, and I was like, yeah, fun fact. I know there's so many like depictions of that from medieval times, and that's not true. Yeah, the more you know. I don't have the thing ready.
We don't have PBS anymore here, so we won't see that ever again.
It was NBC anyway.
Oh, you're right. Come here. My cat's crying. Come here, buddy. I'm not mad at you.
Oh, Chris, you did remind me. I meant to say this. I went back in this time off that we had, and I re-listened to Eye of the World, and I'm now halfway through The Great Hunt.
Yeah.
I figured I got tons of time road tripping now with my commute to work. Anyways, when I started doing it, Alan was like, "Oh my gosh, you're gonna die laughing at how young the characters are," and it's so true. They're so young and naive, but also I think back to how young and naive Chris and I were when we started this journey. Like, I think back to some of the theories we had all throughout it, and how I couldn't stand Moraine, and I went back and forth on Nynaeve and like all this stuff, and it's just ridiculous. And getting into The Great Hunt, I'm running into Varen a lot, and now so I'm looking at it through these new eyes of like, oh my gosh, I know who she is all along the way. And then I'm like, is she really bad? Is she really bad? But like, she's not really.
No,
like, I'm totally buying into like what she said. Be like, I kind of got caught up in this Black Aja thing. I was trying to find a way out of it. I was curious, couldn't really find a way out, but hey, here I am. I try to do some good along the way, and that kind of it shows. In anyways, it's neat. It's a different experience. So.
Yeah, I'm trying. Once I kind of have nothing else to read, I'm gonna go back and start my reread, but just haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah,
the first reread rocks.
Even if you can't fully commit, because I can't say to the rest of them, but even just redoing Eye of the World that was neat. That was a fun experience.
Yeah,
and there's little things you pick up characters.
On. We get one.
I was going to segue.
We get one.
Segue. Oh yeah.
What were you saying
first?
Oh, I probably should look it up before I try, and I'm going to butcher it. But somewhere in the Eye of the World, it's either Moraine, or maybe it's when the Amyrlin's talking to Egwene or something like that. And there's this funny little quip about like the Amyrlin never accomplishes anything by doing, XYZ. gosh, and I don't know exactly how it was referenced, but it was like an exact opposition of what Egwene went through in her rise to power to become Amerlin. You know, she was subservient, got her ass whooped, did a bunch of chores, scrubbing floors, and like that was her process. But anyway, so just little things like that pop out, and you go, "Ooh, I wonder if he did that on purpose, or if that just accidentally came together."
Yeah. Well, I brought the book out because there's a whole lot to read. This is probably the longest Wind opening. It's like 2 pages full of Wind talk. So, you guys are ready for this?
Yeah.
Chapter 1, Apples First. The wheel of time turns and ages come and pass, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when an age that gave it birth comes again. In one age, called the third age by some, an age yet to come, an age long past, a wind rose above the misty peaks of Imferel. The wind was not a beginning. There are neither beginnings nor endings to the turning of the wheel of time, but it was a beginning. And I'm not going to read everywhere the wind went because literally it's just going everywhere. But it goes to Shanshan, then it goes across the ocean, and goes it literally goes all over the world, and then goes to Dragon Mount and slowly swirls down and dies down and falls right onto our opening characters. So pretty cool. Lots of wind talk.
So the
wind starts in Shanshan and it's
tied at its joints with a tent and entwined. Yeah. 2 figures stood there, a youth and a somber man in his later years. The old man wore a pair of brown trousers and a loose white shirt with wooden buttons. His face was furrowed with wrinkles that seemed kin to a bark of the tree. Almond Bunt.
Yes.
From
Almond Bunt. Yep.
When I read the name,
our fellow who
name sounds so dang
familiar. He gave Matt and Rand a ride on the way to Andor when they were running
from
the merger.
Did he give him scarves also? Was this also the scarf guy?
Yeah.
I think he might have. There's 2 guys that they got rides from.
Almond Blunt, I do know he was the one that like clearly suspected they were up to no good. When they were being chased and like whoever was chasing them, I don't know if it was White Cloaks or whatever, but they gave a clear description of Rand and Matt.
Listen, because of the Mergel. So it was right after they left the White Bridge.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And he totally covered for him, be like, I've never seen anybody like that. Da 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 da. He's like, I'm on the road to Camelin. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it could have been after 4 Kings. It was during that time because they were going from Whitebridge to Andor, and they go through.
I think it was the last trek to Camelin. So after 4 Kings.
Yeah, after 4 Kings. Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I read Eye of the World. So
it's only been a couple days since I went over that one, and
yeah. There you go. So they're in the apple orchard, and everything is dying, and they don't want to tell the kids and tell everybody else, but they're not going to make it through the winter. And the crops have all failed. All the food is spoiled. The grass is turning dry. The apples are all falling off all at once and rotting immediately, and flies are everywhere. And this was kind of their last ditch effort that hopefully this orchard, which is the largest orchard in like all of Andor, was going to produce enough apples to get them through. And they're kind of in this moment of complete hopelessness and despair. Where
I might have us go backwards first because there's some important parts in the wind that we need to pay attention to. I feel like because it talks about the 13 black towers that are fortified, but then there are blood red sails of Talstrom's group headed south. There are fields of peace now ruled by murderers, and men now shout the end time. So out in Shanshan, shit's really getting real.
Yeah.
And they are like sending the hordes to the last battle. Yeah. So we have what's going on right in front of us, at the foot of Dragon Mount, where we have people that are just starving and they're looking towards this orchard to be their source of subsistence. But then like across the sea, you have hordes of armed men headed to come and like go to battle. So it's It's crazy. It's really about to go down. Like you can kind of feel the finality coming closer.
You feel the
closer.
tension. Yeah, it's marching right towards us. And
but the darker it gets, the more intense the light of a candle is. So it's there's a juxtaposition there with Rand walking in and kind of life and opportunity and hope like surrounding him now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like life is like a pendulum swaying from the light to the dark?
Yeah,
I thought it was like a box of chocolates.
Like a box of chocolates.
Favorite metaphor.
I'm quoting Ren. So let's see. Then Alwyn Bunt is pretty much kind of okay. I mean, he's an old man. He's not okay with it, but at the same time, he's like he's giving up. He's like, well, this is the last drive. I don't know what I'm going to say to everybody else, but because the men have already been skipping meals too for the children and for the women bearing children, so it's bad times.
Well, and it's crazy because you get that scene where he's there with one of his nephews, and then the second one comes up, and they're looking at all these trees where all this fruit was literally the day before, and now all the fruit's fallen onto the ground. It's all green and rotten, and he's just like internally going, shit, we're done for. And then on the outside he's like, all right boys, go fetch the people, let's get the carts out, let's go through, let's find what's going to survive. And they're looking at him like, are you stupid? And he's like, there's got to be something here that we're going to be able to forge, like we're gonna move forward, because he's got to like give them hope. But then you realize it's like even the death of his brother-in-law was kind of sus, and the fact that he's here is really only that happened because
I see him.
of the simple fact that he was needed by his sister, but then back home he's got 3 sons of his own, and they're kind of SOL as well. The only thing they have to eat is potatoes, and half of those are spoiled. So the world is kind of quickly rushing to an end.
Yeah. And along comes a boy, actually kind of a man at this point, strolling down the road. And Almond sees him coming. Excuse me. Sees this guy coming. Yeah, feels him coming too. And as he's approaching, he looks at the trees and notices they're all blossoming. He's like, in his head, he's like, this doesn't make sense. Like, apple trees don't blossom twice in a year. Like, they only blossom once, and then they fruit, and then get away the next year. Like, they're blossoming. This doesn't. But he kind of like shakes it off. He's like, whatever, and turns back his attention. And then as the man gets closer, he kind of looks at him, and he's like, I recognize you. And he's like, yeah. And they. Yeah. Jesus. And they start to chat, and as they're chatting, they have a little talk, and Rand's is like, well, you better get your people together. I can only hold off the Dark One for so long, but get the harvest going. He's like, what are you talking about? And he turns back to the trees, and now there's fruit everywhere. Like, the trees are like weighted down with like tons and tons of fresh fruit. He's like, you're him, aren't you?
He's like, I know you don't. He's like, I am him. I think we did meet once.
I am
him. I am. It's like I am the him. And when I heard
him.
Like the way it's, I am the him. Like that's how I said it in my mind, because in that moment with the literal Taviran miracle that was happening, because up until this point, everything Taviran that was happening was kind of negative, or was offset by something negative. Like you had this positive, then you had a negative, and you had a positive, negative, and then you had negative, negative, negative. Like we knew he was shifting in a very bad way. And then like even at the beginning of this chapter, like Almond looks up and he's like seeing the sun for the first time. Like he sees a real sunrise, and he's just like, man, something's changed, something's warped. And then you have Rand coming down, and all of a sudden, and again, is this Taviran, is this power? Go back and forth on what it is, but he's now creating this epic opportunity to feed all of these people. And he's like, I want everything pulled off the tree, and once it's pulled, it will last because I can keep his touch away from it then. So, that there also kind of leads to that next part where almost like I feel pulled towards him, like I need to go with him, but I got to get these apples first. But after I get these apples, I got to follow. And you can see Rand is really okay.
Yeah. There's a fun question, a theory about this. Like, is he having a positive effect on the world because of his change, or is he negating the Dark One's doing, or is it something else? Like, is it him just negating the Dark One, or is it him putting forth? Like,
well, I think it's both.
Because he hints to that too. He's like, I can only hold him off for so long. Like, he even says that.
Yeah. Like he negates it in the sense that he gets rid of the flies. He gives the nourishment back to the trees by the fruit, like absorbing into the ground. So he got rid of that negativity, but then also you have like triple the.
I'm sorry. I love dark humor, and this is great, DK Moon. Funny friend goes, oh, look at that. Balefire.
On a serious note, though, I do think it's a mix of both, because the fact that the trees, not only did they flower again and bear fruit again, but they like tripled the amount of fruit. You had thousands of apples growing in this orchard. It's both. He's negating and then he's putting positivity back out there.
Yeah.
And I think he's able to do so much because there's so much unbalance in the world. Like if there hadn't been so much dark energy out there, he wouldn't have been able to triplicate, the apples. But now he's having to offset what the Dark One's done. So,
yeah.
I feel like, so I was going to bring this up later in his conversation with Egwene, and the conversation of like the need to, release the Dark One.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's appropriate now. I feel this is going to maybe be way off. I feel like the Dark One, as we talk about it, they've created this being that is the Dark One, but maybe it isn't truly a being. And even if it is, like maybe it only exists as like a culmination of the division and separation from the natural way things are supposed to be, and the negativity that's just slowly crept into this turning of the wheel or existence or whatever. So like, gosh, I don't really know how to explain it. It fits in my mind, but like as time's gone by and people have like, identified as, I'm from the Two Rivers, and the Tinkers, there are people to be afraid of, and we're not like those people. Like, that's kind of like the beginning, like you're kind of separate and other than everybody else. And then there's fear involved with engaging with these other groups of people and whatnot. And the growth of the fear and the inevitable like hostilities and negativity between these groups, the growth of that over time is what's given the Dark One power. And that's really all it is it's the manifestation of all this negativity that's growing. And you say, like, you've labeled him Zen Rand. Even if you hadn't, I think at this point I'd probably already be going there in my own mind. And it's like he and around him is immune from the effects of that, because it feels like he's detached himself from that. He's seeing the big picture, and in that he doesn't have the fear and animosity and the differences. Like there isn't Rand and the Andorians and Rand and, Carians or whatever, like we're all one and the same.
Yeah.
And he just has to find a way to communicate that to people and bring them together, sort of thing. So like this negative manifestation, the Dark One or whatever, just doesn't exist around him anymore. It can't touch him.
Yeah. Yeah. And even there's a bit where Almond looks at him and like you can almost see like light, like an aura around him.
Yeah. He says something to the effect, he's like, "Oh, are you lost, buddy?" And Rand's like, "I was, but I'm not now." There's a a sense of enlightenment, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which part of me thinks, all right, I'm gonna jump to this also. Going into there is no the dark one.
This is a good sorry. I was saying Wadahalicus wrote this, which is part of the prophecy. That was one with the dragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the literal or figurative land? Like that's the.
Yeah. Oh, it's going back into how are they going to defeat the dark one? You know, I think one of the biggest things that has perpetuated this growth of whatever. Well, man, my brain's not working. So the dark one, the strength of the dark one is power itself, right? Because power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And one of the biggest ways of defeating the dark one is going to be the men and women channelers coming together and the destroying the borehole or sealing the borehole or whatever it is going to eliminate the ability to channel altogether.
Yeah. Yeah. Plugging the hole always makes it better.
Yeah. Unless it's Stephen King's Carrie and like plug it up just makes her go crazy and then she burns it all down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's that too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyways, they win by like connecting back to the root of things, like how things used to be. And then like I started thinking about the whole connection, you would know, with Perrin as the wolf brother. And obviously, you know, I just redid Eye of the World and I'm getting into The Great Hunt. And there's all the talk about it like being this ancient thing. And when the wolves first start talking to Perrin and talking about how like it, you know, it used to, you know, in the way back in the day, you know, when they would run together with mankind or men and whatnot. And I just started thinking, I was like, you know, maybe even that is part of it. Like early on when mankind was supposed to be and operating like in complete union with nature around them, the wolf was a companion to man, you know, and they did travel together and feed off of each other and work together and whatnot. And then slowly but surely, you know, as man tried to domesticate and this, that, the other, they started seeing the wolves as enemy, and like that ability to commune with them and communicate with them disappeared over time.
Yeah.
Because they separated themselves from them. But once upon a time, like it was more natural and it happened more often that you would have these humans that could interact and kind of live in both worlds because they ran together.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of those symbiotic relationships between man and animal, I mean, there's a famous case of a bay in Australia in Wadahalic Aussie. If you know the story, you might be, and I can't remember what bay it was. But I mean, going back to the Aborigines, the killer whales, the orcas there would herd a whale into the bay, and then they would go out in their dugout canoes and spear the whale and kill it. And then the orcas, and they would leave it there overnight, and the orcas would eat usually the tongue and the liver and leave the rest of the whale for the tribe to go pick it up the next day, carry it to shore, and then feed the whole village from the whale. And it was this very symbiotic relationship, with the whale would herd them in, and then the men would kill it and then leave some of the spoils. Fast forward when the English came to Australia, some whaling companies came there, and they're like, "Why are we going to give any parts to the whales? Like, no, take the whale out immediately. Don't feed any. Don't let the orcas have any of the spoils, and because it's all about making money." And the whales left the bay immediately and never came back. There's like, deuces, we're going our way. Like, yeah, it was cool. It lasted, but yeah, we're out. We ain't doing this for free.
Looking at the chat,
not that killing whales is a good thing either. I don't know, huh? But you know, it was a symbiotic relationship, though. There was. What were you saying?
Sorry, I was looking at the chat, and they were asking whether or not we thought the little man Sangreal is gone. And it's like, yes, that happened. That happened.
Yeah, sorry, where he melted it.
Yeah. So, kind of touching on a couple other things that he did.
Oh no, it wasn't the little man. Sorry, it was the Axis key he destroyed, not the little Buddha statue.
Oh, I said the wrong thing.
Axis key, but like whatever it was connected to got destroyed also, right? Didn't one of the big statues
Yeah.
Yeah.
get zapped with it?
Yeah. Yes.
So those are two different things. It's that maybe I misspoke in what I was saying because I'm sure I'm the one that said it because I mix up all the time. But the Axis key and the big statue are dead. The little Buddha's still around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
So wait, that's not what I was saying. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. Anyway,
going back to this, there's a couple other like miraculous things that happened. Like Almond himself, his ailments were taken away. His back was better. He felt younger. He could move. Like we see Rand like touching people in a very positive way and healing them. So he's healed the earth. He even Almond even recognized the grass itself was looking greener. And then there's a pool for everybody to kind of head east in the same direction that Rand was going. So Rand
you can't always trust that. There's that one house episode where like some patient that was terminal or whatever started getting better because this faith healer touched her, but it turns out that like he had herpes or something, and somehow like the virus in touching her, like there was something about it that made her symptoms better for a little while, but really all he did was give her herpes. So we don't know yet that it's a positive thing, Chris.
Placebo effect can do that really, really well too.
Yeah,
but it doesn't actually cure you. So there's been tons of documented cases on that where people believe they're better, they'll start feeling better, and like, oh, it actually worked, and then like a month later, it's right back because it didn't actually cure you. It was just all in your head. Fun times.
Well, in my mind, he's healed. And he's gonna die in a month anyway because it's gonna be a battle. So
yeah,
I don't think he cares.
Anyway,
I think he's okay with it.
So we end this chapter with the tugging and Rand leaving and Almond getting everyone from the village to go collect apples and then saying after he's done, he's going to go follow. Guys, ready for chapter 2, Questions of Leadership?
Yeah, this is a fun chapter.
Yeah, the next couple chapters, well, they're all good. The next two were really neat.
Yeah.
Maybe not a ton to talk about in this one, but it's great.
You know what's really awesome?
We do the second half.
Is that for a while we had these books where there was no Perrin, and now we have these books where there's plenty of Perrin and there's no Matt. We haven't had much Matt going on. We have more Perrin than Matt lately.
Yeah.
Well, we got told up front that, you know, Perrin is slow to action and takes his time thinking about stuff. That doesn't mean he doesn't eventually get there. So some of these other characters really race through their progression and character arc. And Perrin has certainly come a long way, but he's definitely due. And it feels like he's starting to realize some shit.
I agree with that, but it and I hate to say this, it's getting a little bit annoying.
Well, Fael might be forsaken, so maybe
what? No.
Maybe it accelerates sooner rather than later.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. She is pretty sus.
No.
She's too confident and knows too much. And that whole let me cut Messina's neck, I don't know, man.
Nope.
I mean, Messina had it coming, but
not at all.
Yeah.
You were completely off base on that one.
Anyway, so Perrin is there. So Perrin's talking to Turn, who wants to join Perrin's group. And Perrin's like, I can't afford to pay you. And Turn's like, I'll just be happy if you, if just to be able to eat. Like, I'm good.
Setting the scene, there's thunder with no lightning and spouts of rain here and there. And they're trekking along the muddiest path that they have ever been on. And that's after going through other things slowing them down.
I'm sure this happens like in open field areas like Great Plains and that kind of stuff, but on the ocean, talking about thunder without lightning, the sound carries so far in the ocean that you will hear thunder like a storm's approaching and there's no lightning anywhere. You'll just hear like these deep rumblings come across the ocean, like, and the sound's traveling forever. And you didn't see any flash. There's no lightning, just like the storm's way far away.
Yeah.
So that's
but also after eating nothing but canned beans for a week, it could just be that somebody's really gassy. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Man.
That could be.
It's just squeaky teak.
They've also been sick, so that could be what the rumbling was actually coming from. Because he's lost quite a few people from sickness. So maybe you're right. Maybe that's.
I know I have.
This guy's.
I have been in the field where like we were doing vehicle movements and it's super muddy, and maybe the first couple make it through okay, but the more you truck through it, it's not even raining anymore, but like the more you work through the mud, the muddier the mud gets. So, but like the third vehicle, it's like we ain't gonna make it, and then the fourth one is like stuck. You know. I kind of feel like this is what's happening with this long line of people. Like up front, they're kind of trudging through the mud, but then you get midway through and the mud is muddy and just slow moving and miserable.
Yeah. But they're also surprised because Perrin has food that's not spoiled. Yeah. But Perrin also has food that's not spoiling. You know, which is everywhere else it's spoiling, but not with Perrin. I mean, there's a few weevils, but it's still edible. So, like, that's also another reason why people want to. They're starving, and they're like, "Can we join you? Like, you have food." So
he's like, go see Tam Althor. So Tam's been returned to Perrin. He's traveled back to where he belongs.
That is not true. I am not a flat earther. Everyone knows that the Earth is the shape of Velociraptor. So it's just a dinosaur, like a dinosaur nugget, chicken nugget, and that's the shape of the Earth. It's I can pull up pictures of it.
And Alan lives on Toman Head, the Velociraptor's penis. You zoom in, that's where he is.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Newport News and Hampton is a peninsula.
Exactly. You're right. Like the more I think about it, it makes perfect sense.
Which would put me either in the taint or the balls. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the first one. I'm not the first one to come with this. I mean, this is literally off of images right here. Lies, truth. That's the true shape. So right there, you saw it's on the internet. It must be true.
It has to be true.
All right, who had Alan saying that the Earth is a velociraptor? Check your bingo card.
Bingo card.
We should have a winner.
Velociraptor Earth. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see, where were we? Parent says they can join. Which does not please Arganda, who thinks that the men may be deserters.
And then Perrin's like, your queen works for me. Shut your trap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
We can't skip over the fact that Lord Perrin, he's not accepting that title at least, is still having nightmares about working the forge and nothing happening. Like he's not creating. And I think it's still the lack of acceptance that he is actually shaping the world. I mean, it's like you said, Alan, he's one of the few places where food is remaining. That's his Taviran. And then people
he's not accepting his role. Yeah.
Well, and I think Hopper's pointed it out to him, and his dreams are pointing it out to him. And this is why I'm a little bit frustrated with him, because it's like, bro, you have a clear path ahead of you. Like you are what you are. Accept it and move forward. Like if I had a clear path like that set out in front of me, like this is what you're gonna do, this is who you're gonna be, I would happily just jump on board and be like, all right, well, you know, I'm gonna be this.
Yeah.
He has not accepted that yet.
Exactly. And during all this, I guess Basil Gale comes up, and that's when they say the northern road's not passable. We already talked about that a little bit already. Perrin's also unsure whether Grady and Neil can actually make gateways because they were poisoned by snakes during a bubble evil. And then of course Barrelane walks by, and they have he has his whole internal thought about Barrelane and Fael shows up as well.
Well, yeah, she's back to her old self now. Her old like, I'm gonna win you over now that her frenemy is back and she has some competition. So at least we could say that she's got some honor there, because she didn't outright go after Perrin the whole time Fael was gone. But now that Fael is back, she's like, fair game, let's go. Yeah, Fael's like, I know there's nothing going on here, but now it's kind of fun and games between the two ladies.
Yeah, I do have to give Fael props. you know, when Parent starts expressing his doubts to her and trying to be apologetic and be like, "Oh, I know how this much must seem," and Fael's like, "Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about because I go around and talk to people, and all they tell me is all this amazing shit that you did and how you led them here and how you cut this deal with the Sean Chan, which, frankly, side note, awesome. Kind of surprised me with that one. That was cool." And just went through this laundry list of all these things that Perrin has been doing.
Yeah.
And she even points out, she's like, "Look, I think for both of us, this is going to sound weird, for both of us, I kind of think me getting captured was a good thing."
Yeah.
Because you know, you're growing, coming out of your shell. Like you took on the mantle like that you need to and started acting the way you needed to.
Yeah.
So
and he's being
but she's forsaken.
Mm-hmm. He's back to that point. He's back to the indecisive emo Perrin. And then of course they get news from Goal and Fennel that are riding back in.
He's let his hair grow out. It's covering one eye. Yeah. Painted his nails black. He's just he's fully it's happened. But yeah, Fael's trying to talk him out of it. And as they're having this conversation, that's when a couple of maidens show up and they said that they have a scout ahead that there's something he needs to come see. And then we switch characters. So find out later. So we get Galad's point of view. So Galad wakes up inside a tent. He's disoriented. He decides to clean himself and shave and look all pretty because and I guess he doesn't shave. They probably don't give him a knife, but he looks up, cleans himself up because he's like, I'm not going to give him
he gets cloth and spits on it and cleans the blood off his face because he's not going to give them the satisfaction.
The satisfaction.
Blood on
a little better, Chris, because Alan way oversimplified that. Remember, he's had the living shit beat out of him multiple times.
Valda has kicked
he's covered in blood.
He can't breathe. He's got some broken
bent over, hungry, dehydrated, like crippling. Most people would just be giving up, laying on the floor and letting go.
He was in
and he's spitting on cloth and cleaning blood off himself.
He doesn't have enough cloth to cover his schlong, but he's cleaning himself of what he does have.
Focusing on his posture so that whoever walks in the room is not going to see some defeated man balled up on the floor. He's ready to stand up to whoever comes in there.
He's like, with the questioners controlled by
who comes in?
The boys.
But then
boys show
comes
up.
in and immediately he's like, I thought I'd give you an order, and like it wasn't me. But there's blood on the collar. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
What's in the bag? It wasn't me. But there's blood on the collar. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Saw the marks on your shoulder. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Heard the screams getting louder. Hey, that actually fits very well. It wasn't me.
All right, so I'll say this is one of the most sensible, satisfying outcomes of anything that's happened in these books ever, other than maybe Egwene being chosen as the Amerlin. That might beat this out. But this was just great.
This is definitely a Sanderson ending to the moment and not Jordan ending to the moment, because I felt like this was the Jordan ending. It would have been kind of dragged along. Like we would have gotten the battle scene and we would have gotten the moment where these three, decided to like take over and kill. Yeah. Like I was waiting for that moment. I was waiting for the shift from him cleaning the blood off himself to something happening in the camp.
Yeah.
Then him being rescued. It was like, nope, done. Like, explained away in 4 sentences. I was like, this is that was a Sanderson move right there.
Yep.
Effective.
But it came in, it was actually Asawana's own guard who turned on him, cut his head off. They're like, nah, dude, we've been through enough Lord Commanders. The White Cloaks need a leader. Like we all know you're good. Like
everything you did and said was honorable. This guy was being a jerk and drug us halfway across wherever to attack our brothers. Like we were never feeling it. It wasn't right.
Yeah.
They're like, we
yeah,
just wanted
no,
you to get beat a
yeah,
little bit. That way we knew you were down. Like, it's kind of like you
Yeah.
initiated. And now that we know you're for real down, like, here's our swords. Like, we now bow to you.
Galad's
we
initial,
recognize you.
yeah. And Galad's initial reaction was like, "You harmed other children," and he's like, "What do you think we should have done?" And he's like, "I guess you did what you had to do." Like he's definitely torn though, because he's like, "You shouldn't hurt other children," but
that might be the best
Yeah.
response somebody in his position could have given. One,
Yeah.
it reminded me of when
Egwene.
Egwene was raised and then almost immediately scolded all the Aes Sedai there, like, hey, you're just as much at fault.
Yeah.
Like he points out, like, let's not over celebrate here. What you did goes against who we are.
Yeah.
And then after thinking about it, was like, well, in that same split second, like, but I can't judge you for this action because it might have been the only option, but we need to recognize it for what it was. It was not a good deed.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and then he flips it to he's like, anybody that doesn't want to be a part of this, let them go. Let them
correct.
go home.
Yeah.
Like, we're not
Yeah.
going to hold them to.
We're not holding prisoners. We're not going to put people to the question. We're not going to. No, let them go.
Yeah, because about a third of them have been arrested or are killed. So there's a good chunk of them that either got arrested or killed or being held at knife point. So yeah. But the gang's back together and Galad's back on top. So
yeah, he's like,
the white
strike the
cloaks.
camp off to Andor. Like there was zero moment of hesitation for him. He's like, let's get moving. And they're like, are you sure he's like, what did I just say? Like, you handed me a cape, you give me your swords, now I'm giving you your orders. Let's get a move on.
Yeah.
So
I just picture the three of them coming into the tent. Just this is how it happened. They're white cloaks.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Ian, that's so satisfying. You should make a video, just the cork popping and the wine pouring. Just have it on repeat.
I'm glad you described it, because for the people who are only going to listen to that, they're going to be like, what the fuck is he doing?
Well,
did he forget to
mute
himself?
Yeah. Good times. So this was satisfying though. I mean, yes, it would be cool to see the battle scene or whatever, but at the same time, it was very satisfying. Have it wrapped up quickly.
Yeah.
So we can move on towards
like also come to think about it, it's like we have a lot of book left. A lot of books.
We do
a lot of to the 3 books.
No, a lot of book. We have this one and then
Yeah.
the last one. I mean, we're in the second last book.
2
This
books.
is a big,
So yeah,
big this is a big,
a lot
this
of
is a
books
chunk-
left.
This is a chunky guy. It's a chunky guy. So
these 3 chapters felt very quick, but in a very good way.
Yeah.
At some point in this Galad section, early on we talked about what characters do you identify with, and I think I'm a really weird mix of Matt, and I've got a dash of Galad in me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a good thing. I can tell you right now, that's not a great combination.
Let's say tied up, bloody, and naked.
Well, what happened was,
I mean, at times very principled. Like there are some hills I fucking fought and died on. I don't know why, but sometimes I can be very principled, but then sometimes I am the wild card, and I don't know. Might be schizophrenic or bipolar.
Yeah.
Split personality.
Yeah.
I like those quotes. Galad felt no anger at the scouts who betrayed him. The flaps rustled, then drew open. The outside light was brilliant to Galad's eyes, and he did not blink. He did not flinch.
Oh, Fisher sees you more as a loyal. Devirin. Not the guy. Devirin.
Well, that was the end of that chapter.
Devirin.
It was a good chapter.
Now
so then we get to the last chapter. Yeah.
Which is another fun
Amerlin's
one.
Anger, chapter 3. This is another fun one. Yeah. They start out with dreams though. Egwene's taking a little nappy nap. having some.
I love how they
dreams.
each just kind of like come into their own little world where they can figure themselves out. I think Matt's the only one that doesn't have his own like safe space. Like I was just sitting there thinking about it. Matt really doesn't, except for like at the bars and stuff, at the taverns, and even there he's not ever safe. But like Egwene, all the people that are like fully powerful have their moments where they have these safe spaces, and for her it's the blackness in between the dreams, and she's just going there to float and think and to process and to get her life together.
Matt's got his illuminator.
Well, that's true. He can go.
They're close.
Yeah, but is she really a safe space? Just playing with gunpowder.
Yeah.
No, but when I think of like, who is it Matt can go to and just like really let his hair down with? It's not his wife.
Not at all.
It's not any of our other major characters right now. I would say our Illuminator is probably the closest thing, and we can't do it completely with her, but I think she tries to understand him, and him try to understand her, more than anybody else.
Yeah. So Egwene's hanging out in the blackness, in the place between the dreams and the waking, longing to slip into Gawain's dream, but she won't let herself get lost in it. I love her maturity. We get to see the growth of her powers, and I still think she has a long way to go, but she's still at this point where she's got kind of mastered a lot of the dream world, and she's using it to her advantage. And
where she feels confident in it.
And she sees a lot of weird stuff in this dream, though. I mean, it's the 13 black towers that rose in the distance, and one by one they started to fall, crash to the ground. Were some of the ones, the eagles in the nest.
Well, that's when she slips back in her own dream. Before she did that, though, she went to Nynaeve's dream, and she's like, "We gotta have a meeting ASAP. Don't let me down. This is where we're gonna meet. I'm done. We need to tie up some loose ends." Like, she's a boss. She is armorless. She's like, "I need y'all to swear on the oath rod. Like, we got to get this stuff wrapped up because we got a big battle coming."
Now, throw back to Eye of the World. And I only know this because I just recently went through it. When that first Aes Sedai recognized that she might be a dreamwalker, dreamwalking is very closely tied to foretelling. And often those that can dreamwalk have a little flair for foretelling. So this other thing where she's in her own dream and experiencing these wild things like, what is all this? It may not just be a random ass dream. It could very much be a foretelling of sorts.
Oh, I mean, she
of
said
things to come.
She's like, there's 13 black towers. They start tumbling down. There's 6 remaining. And then she said, this kind of goes to the fall of, what did she say?
It could be the seals.
Remaking the seals. And then you have the eaglets trying to fly, and the serpent in the middle pretending to be a sibling. And the eaglets all think it's the sibling, and the serpent is picking them off one by one.
Yep. So that's still the Forsaken in the tower. Well, that's how she interprets it.
And then
Rand with
and then she saw the sphere. It's being held together with ropes. It's all cracked.
And he goes around just cutting the ropes.
Good. Yeah. Which could be breaking the seals of,
Well, I think we get some confirmation of that later on in this chapter, for sure.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Because like she wakes up out of this and she's like, the one thing I know is the serpent in the nest is definitely this Forsaken, and we have to figure out how to like get that under wraps and figure out how she's defeated the oath rod, because I've had everybody in here re-swear to the oath rod, which just may mean she's not there.
As much as we commend her for her selection for the keeper of the whatever, is it Scrolls, Chronicles, whatever, the keeper,
Chronicles.
Maybe that's who the Forsaken is.
Yeah.
No.
We have to, like, I have. Has there been any hint at who it is? that you could think of, Chris? Or is there something obvious we've missed, Alan, or that we're forgetting?
As far as
who it might be?
No.
I can't think of any obvious anything. Oh, maybe it's the cook.
That would be...
hilarious.
I would die.
Yeah. The one that everybody swore, well, it can't be her. Yeah. Trust her implicitly. Completely.
Yeah. Yep.
But she wouldn't have had to take the oaths.
Nope, she wouldn't have. Yeah.
Ah, shit. I'm back to suspecting everybody again.
There you go. So we switch to Swan's point of view. And this is later, I guess, after Gawain's woken up, and they're discussing Rand is in the city, and they're both really concerned about how he got there. They're like, how do you, just walk into the
We don't
city?
need to get too deep in this unless y'all really want to, but Swan was just having a little bit of a brat moment, but like a well-deserved one. Like, I don't judge her negatively for it. There was a little bit of it should have been me, but then also like, I'm glad it's Egwene because like she's handling this way better, and things have not ended up the way I thought they would. But and I'm so strong, but I could really use Gareth Bryn here. But but she's had a lot of shit happening, so like everything she kind of went through, I was like, okay, yeah, that checks, makes sense.
It checks out.
She's allowed to gripe a little bit,
but she does. She goes to receive Rand, and Rand actually thanks her for taking the arrow for him.
And remember, all the Aes Sedai trying to always seem like they're in control and in the know and whatever. They're getting ready, and there's whispers and talks of, all right, this is what we've heard about Rand, and this is how he is, and this is how he operates, and this is what we need to be worried about, blah, 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 blah. And they're all getting ready, and then Rand just blows their mind. And it's not anything
like he walks in like not even caring at all. Like he's like,
right, they thought they were ready.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even care. I'm shielded. But yeah,
it's like,
right up to the hall.
I don't know if I ever thanked you for taking that arrow for me. And she's like, well, I didn't exactly do it on purpose. He's like, nonetheless, I appreciate it. Like that's good on you.
Thank you.
Gareth Bryn's like about to draw a sword, and Rand's like, peace. You're in peace, bro. Chill.
Calm down.
I'm not trying to fight anybody.
I'm here to talk. That's all. So, and Rand enters the hall and addresses Egwene.
Oh, wait, back up a little bit. Okay, so this part is a little... Okay. There's some little tugs on the emotional strings, right? Throwing back to the relationship Egwene and Rand had in the very beginning. And Rand's reminiscing a little bit. It's been a while since he's seen her, and he asks Swan, he's like, tell me, what kind of Armerlin is she?
Yeah, that was a pivotal point right there.
And Swan, like, without hesitation, literally the best ever, like, that I could think of.
Yeah.
Made for the moment. And Rand is like, I don't know why I expected anything different. I don't know. Got me in a little, right here. It feels,
Yeah.
And like Rand just like very vulnerable and forthcoming with Swan, like, how this pain is going to hurt. Although like he thought, he's definitely over it, but it's maybe just remembering the pain of getting over it that's bothering him. And he's talking about his relationship with Egwene, and Swan's like, what the fuck is going on here? But he's just being very open and honest about it and throwing his feels out there and throwing her off. Yeah.
Yep. So now we get to the point where Rand enters the hall to address Egwene and starts just talking to her casually, a little bit here and there. And she's just like, before you leave, we have to get you checked. And he's like, I don't want to have to do this. Like, and she's like, what? It's like, I don't want to have to defy you in front of everyone here. Like, I'm really just listen to me. I need to talk. Like, don't give me orders. Just listen. I don't want to do it this way. Just hear me
I mean,
out.
the way he was even described, just walking in, like shielded and calm.
Yeah, completely calm and just like, yep. So
my favorite part is he goes to walk past the warders and he goes, excuse me, and they just move, let him go by, and they're all like, shit, we weren't supposed to do that. Excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah.
But and I mean, it's radiating from him. Swan can see the Severin, the golden Severin, just glowing off of him, and she can see that he was literally warping everything around him. So they had no choice but to just do as he asked. And it's like you said,
and he starts talking. He's yeah. No, like I said, like you said, he just casually strolls right in.
He got his
and he goes and and he starts to talk about his plan. And just like, hey, listen, here's the plan. About a month from now, I'm gonna travel to Shogul. I'm gonna go ahead and clear out the bore, and break all the seals, open it up completely wide.
Hey, you know that thing we've all been terrified of? I'm going to do it on purpose.
Just do it on purpose.
Kind of want you to be there. Kind of want you to be there with me.
He's like, last time I did this, I tried to do it myself, and that was a disaster. I really need you to be there with me, because I think the key is that we got to work together on this one. And she's like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, it's fine. I remember all his memories now. Like, I remember all my past lives. I remember Lucifer and all the different tries, and this is the way we got to do it. So I'm coming here just to ask for your help. That's all I'm doing. I'm gonna do it anyway, but it would be really, really cool if you helped.
And this is in that moment where she's like, I need to separate Rand that I know from the Dragon Reborn. And then literally 30 seconds later, no, this is the same man. Yeah. He just has a deeper understanding of what's happening. Like, I can't treat him like the Dragon Reborn, because then I lose. I need to
and she recognizes that it's her in the position she's in and Rand in the position he's in, and that has to be for a reason. So she can't ignore the Rand part. In fact, that's the part she needs to lean into, is that relationship that they have.
And she realized that when he said, like, you've done your part, you've had the stole restored, like, you know,
really complimenting her.
Yeah, he's like, there are things I realized that I messed up on. He's like, you know what? Catswain, I gotta release her from her exile. Like, she was right. Yeah. Like, I was broken, and
she's still a Forsaken.
No, she just doesn't. She's lived too long. She's tired.
No, and he realizes it too. Yeah. She's a Forsaken, but he's still gonna forgive her because Zenran.
Yeah,
like, hey, you did your best. It was necessary to get me where I'm at now. You still played a role, and I thank you.
Yeah.
Or how about his admission?
Egwene.
Wait. How about his admission to Egwene as he's kind of like getting her on her heels? He's just like, I mean, you were there in the beginning. Like, I was always so untrusting of Aes Sedai and Moraine, and like trying to run because I didn't want them to control me. And he's like, no, that's not it. I didn't want to have to like share the credit for my accomplishments with them or something like that. And so I ran from the control and influence the Aes Sedai, only to be controlled and influenced by all these other things that were so much worse. Like, man, I've really messed things up. And then he makes some comment of like, I almost wish like the Aes Sedai were in more control, and so that like I'd have somebody else to blame for some of these horrible things I've done. But like I can't. It's just me. Like I fucked up, and I got to make stuff right. Yeah. And again, now Egwene's moment to be like, I don't know what's happening here. What is what?
But she's adamant, do not break the seals. And he's like, listen, I got to do what I got to do. And I just going to tell you what my plan is. And let you think about it. We can talk later.
We're going to meet in a month or two, and we're going to speak about this at the field of Marilor. And,
Marilor.
By that time, you'll have been able to plan, because that's what I need you to do. I need you to come up with a plan. Like, I'm telling you what I want to do. I need you to plan everything else around it. Like, go.
All right. If you rewind to the beginning of this conversation about like busting into the borehole and everything, and how she's like, don't break the seal, and he's like, no, we got to do it. We got to do it together. If you think about this as like a conversation of a guy trying to convince his girl to do anal, it's so much funnier.
I was thinking that actually. I was.
She's like, whatever you do.
He's like,
out that borehole. He's like, no, like we've tried everything else. Okay.
He's like, we've
got to do this, but I need you to be on board.
There's no
Need to be on
end.
board.
There's only openings.
It's going to be messy, but we just, I feel like we got to do it.
We gotta try
Okay.
it.
I've been through every other iteration. I really think this is it. She's like, anything
This
but
is the
that.
one.
We'll stop
I
you. I
don't want
promise.
to defy you, but we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
I need you to come to plan on how this is
We're
gonna work.
good.
You need to talk.
I need you to feel it. And all the ladies in the room, they're like, we couldn't breathe. Like when he said it, we just couldn't believe. Like he had our hearts in his hand. We couldn't say anything.
I tried to scream out and I couldn't.
They're like, how could you stand it?
Yeah. At one point, Rand does turn his back on Egwene, and that gets her really upset. She's like, "How dare you?" And he turns back around. He's like, "All right, sorry. Do I have your permission to leave?" And she's like struggling, like wants to say no, but at the same time, she knows she can't because, like, the whole thing of her coming to power was like they can't control. Like they have to let him do what he needs to do. And he's like, I'm leaving regardless right now, but I really would love to have your favor and let me leave, but I got things I got to do. So
Yeah, when he said early on,
Well,
I don't want to come to the center of your place of power and like disrespect you. I promise you got to believe me. That's not my goal. So please, can I go?
So you know the next place he's gonna go then. He's gonna visit his children.
I was kind of hoping for that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm hoping for it.
Gotta go make up with Elaine. Like he needs her too.
Yeah.
He needs all three of them together. This is that pivotal moment where he's like, all right, I let my boy down because he recognized he's like, I got one person kind of going to his death with no help. I got another person trying to get back to me, kind of floating out there, and then I've got the Aes Sedai that I really need help from. Oh, can't hear me. Sorry. Yeah. You hear me better now. So like he's bringing the band back together now intentionally. Like he realizes he's got to give Matt some help. He's got to bring Perrin to realization that he's got to take an active role to participate in this, and then he's got to kind of come to terms with Elaine and Egwene and Nynaeve. And I think Egwene is going to push a lot of that by forcing.
That's what I was thinking. I thought maybe Egwene would be more the one to reel in Nynaeve and Elaine, maybe even Avienda at this next meeting place. I was thinking Rand was going to go more either towards solving the Shan-Chan problem / maybe linking up with Matt, or addressing the Taim Black Tower problem sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, it gets mentioned here, I think, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, Egwene brings up that, hey, we need to talk about this whole
women that you bond.
Your guys shacking up with our ladies.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not so much worried about that. What I'm worried about is you coming up with a plan for my horrible decision. Well, for my decisions. Yeah, like I'm gonna do this. I need you to come up with this plan, and everything else that happens around it is just gonna happen. So
the
letter he got. I'm assuming that letter's from Varen.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. The Varen letter.
Yeah, and I think that letter is going to drive his next big decision.
If not from Varen, wouldn't it be something if it's a letter from whoever the remaining Forsaken is in the tower?
I think
that would be a chess move right there.
No, that battle is going to be left to Egwene moving forward. Like I think.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
Like has no reach at the moment. I think that fight's going to come to an end pretty soon.
I mean, on the one hand, I think at the end of this, they all need to be working together. So at some point, any one of them fighting each other's battles is going to be important to help overcome that. But I am cheering for Egwene getting her own house in order. I feel like she deserves it with everything she's put in so far.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So Randon leaves. They order someone to follow Rand just to make sure he doesn't actually leave the city. And they're all like, "Did you not feel that when he came in?" And they're like, and Egwene's like, "What? I didn't feel anything." It's like we couldn't breathe. Like it felt like someone literally was like grabbing us from the insides and squeezing. Like it was like, which
he was channeling. He was chant. That wasn't
and
strong Ta'Veren-ness.
and I think, I don't know. Maybe it is, because I mean, it's one of those things where the pattern has to, and this is a key pivotal moment, and the pattern has to go the right way. And I think if they actually try to capture Rand there, the pattern won't allow it. Like, that's at least my thought process. Like,
because he was shielded and everything, he didn't break the shield.
But
I think he could have,
because Ta'Veren-ness relies on pulls and pushes of the pattern, then things that happen just because of Ta'Veren-ness still need to be found. Like, there needs to be a foundation in reality, not in magic or just because. So, like, if every time one of the Aes Sedai tried to speak, they tripped and fell, or something fell from the ceiling and hit them, and so they couldn't speak, like, the coincidences of things in reality happening, preventing them from interfering what needs to happen, that would seem to be more Ta'Veren.
So awesome, he took their breath away.
But it very much seemed like they were being controlled, some sort of magic or channeling happening. I mean, I could be wrong. I doubt it, but I could be wrong.
I contribute this one to Ta'Veren too. I wrote it in my notes. It's Ta'Veren effect.
I also doubt it, because that was the first thing that the female Aes Sedai could think of. Well, I knew it was Ta'Veren, but I didn't know it'd be quite like that. But then you have Egwene, a little more wise to it, being like, honestly, I don't think we could have done anything to stop him. I don't think, even with our 13, or even if we had 26, I don't think it mattered how many people we had shielding him. I think with little to no effort, he was going to walk out of here anyways.
And I think this goes to your earlier theory that she's Ta'Veren as well.
Oh, well, I still believe that, yeah.
So that's why I think this is Ta'Veren. It's two Ta'Veren talking. And if she is Ta'Veren, her level of Ta'Veren and his level of Ta'Veren together in the same room, with everything that they've done, the power that they have, the growth that they've had.
Right. But then, rather than taking his advice and planning on how to help him, I mean, she immediately goes to, like, let's plan on how to stop him. Like, which, because we can't break the seals.
No, but it still works towards his plan. What is her plan to stop him? All right. We can't fight him or force him. We need to get everybody together that he trusts to try and talk him out of it. And maybe he's relying on it, or maybe just dumb luck. But Rand's going to go gather who he can, and whoever he doesn't have time to gather, Egwene's going to get the rest. Because she thinks she's going to bring him there to convince him to try and talk him out of it. Either way, when they meet beforehand, everybody that needs to be there is going to be there.
He's going to explain it all away.
Do we know what the name of this planet is? That this is Earth. That's already been
the Raptor Earth.
Yeah, it's plus Raptor Earth. We already know that. Earth's Gaia. I don't know. What you want to use the Greek word for it? Yeah.
And that's it. He walks out.
Yeah, he walks out.
I don't know, when this alien spaceship that's hurtling at a bazillion miles an hour coming towards us, it might stop on a dime, and they might hop out and refer to Earth Atlas as a different name. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
They might be like, oh, you're calling yourselves Earth now? Oh, last time we were here, it was called, and then we get the original name. So, to be determined.
In the story. Yeah, they never named the planet.
It's Randland.
Like what? The Randland. That's what this fandom calls it. Yeah, Randland. Yeah. It's Earth ? Yeah, there's lots of hints to that. They talk we talked about that. I think even in Eye of the World, like the old stories that Tom was telling. Glenn who flied to the moon and the belt. There's all these hints to our time. And I guess when they're in Tanchico, they go to the museum there, and there's bones of giraffes and also of a Mercedes emblem. Like there's a bunch of like little hints and things like that. And Robert Jordan even talked about that where we live now is the first age, and this is the third age. So it is Earth. That's not directly from the books, but from interviews with Robert Jordan.
Yeah.
This is a dystopian novel.
Yeah, so we're in the
Chris,
first
I got a
age,
random-
second age, the Age of Legends, and then third age. Yeah. So
I got a random question, Chris.
Mhm.
When Egwene is hollering at, well, I guess she visited Elaine, but then we got her visiting Nynaeve. When she's thinking about it, she's like, "Yeah, I really gotta get them pulled in now, and they definitely need to do the oath rod thing. Like this is important, so they could be actually raised to Aes Sedai."
Yeah.
I'm still, this might just be an echo of issues before, but like I'm still hesitant about this oath rod. I don't see any value in it for them.
It's symbolic at this point.
But also, if we have potentially this one Forsaken that found their way around it, and all right, going back to Eye of the World, Ballsy, when he's talking to Rand, talking about the Black Aja that's been there from the beginning for over 2,000 years. So the Black Aja might have been the one to implement this whole process of using the oath rod. And they've convinced them that it's for good reasons, but it's a way to control and limit.
But it also connects them. So like maybe the deepening of the connection is necessary, you know?
I hear you. And I only smack my lips because that's a good, you're not wrong. But I don't like it.
no, sir, I just don't like it.
And because think about what it does. Like it on the truth-telling portion alone, it forces them to do things worse than lying. And that's manipulating the truth to convince you. It's like backdoor lying, which is worse than very direct lying, I think. That's been my experience.
I think a lot about the back door. Back door is worse than the front door.
Yeah. Or the whole, we can't use the power unless like we're being threatened or we're fighting, the Dark One or Shadow Spawn or da-da-da-da. And what was that? The Aes Sedai that were hanging out with Rand and they were under attack. And it wasn't until like the very last minute that they could get involved because they're like, I kind of feel like that one was close. This is a little threatening. Okay, now I could get involved.
Yeah.
Like it just,
it
hamstrings them and all. Like, I don't know. I hear what you're saying, Chris.
I mean,
maybe I hope you're right.
Caveat: if it was created by the Black Aja, there wouldn't be that caveat of being able to fight against them.
Yeah. But the Black Aja are relying on their ability to stay incognito. And by the time, regular Aes Sedai realized who they were to be able to, with being bound by the oaths, fight against them, it's going to be too late.
Or you could have women that have no way of controlling their power, thinking everybody is out to get them, and then just killing
I was thinking that
around.
as I said it. You're right. Yeah. There's that.
Yeah.
It's check and balance.
I don't know. I don't have a warm fuzzy
how
about
it
this
works
oath
in
rod.
our governmental processes, the checks and balance things. But, in theory, it works great.
Still, the way things are right now, I feel like the last thing I would be thinking of if I were her is like, I need to get these two chicks to do the oath rod. Like, that's not the most important at all.
It's all about looking unified. You can't have, leaders of the Aes Sedai and like leaders in general, people with power, without having that check and balance.
Looks matter up into the point where the bullets start flying.
Agreed.
People in the military that have been around long enough, I'll put it in army terms, like there's garrison army and then there's wartime army and there's like your actually deployed army. And garrison army, I won't say it's a joke, but like it's still important what they do. But the longer you stay in it, like the more they put emphasis on all these things that don't actually matter when it comes to fighting wars. And eventually you get to the point where like whoever runs the fastest 2 mile and has the crispest uniform and, you know, all this stuff that doesn't really affect your ability to do your job and fight. Like they put an emphasis on that. And that's who gets promoted. That's who's put in charge until war happens. And come wartime, none of that shit matters. Shit. The person who shot perfectly at the range doesn't fucking matter. I knew guys that did everything perfect in training and in garrison, and they were the ones pissing their pants when the bullets started flying. And there were dudes that before going down range, in the back of your mind, you're like, this dude's the biggest dirtbag. I don't want him on my squad. And the first time shit hits the fan, you're like, okay, I want that motherfucker next to me every time now. Right? So what I'm saying is shit's about to hit the fan and looks don't matter. Your dress don't matter. Your stole don't matter. I'm yet to be convinced that the oath rod matters, but except for the like unifying portion, that's the best argument you made. That one's pretty good because they still need to all come together.
We used to say in high school, you know, if you can't win, at least we can look the best doing it. Look good doing it. So looks do matter there, right?
But that's what losers say, and we're not setting up to lose. We should not be planning to lose.
But then what did we say in college? If we can't win,
if you can't win the regatta, win the party.
We're going to be the drunkest, craziest kids.
We were the only team that sent the sailors
win the party,
and we would send a party contingency. We sent a whole extra van of people to win the party.
Just to party.
Well, if you want to elicit the crowds, draw them in, raise the army, you got to have the leadership first.
Yeah.
And we can't have leaders that aren't a part of the crew. And I mean, even like you said, military terms, officers don't earn the respect, but they're given the respect.
I mean, more and more these days, there's plenty. But officers in the Navy are still important. I can't speak to the Air Force. More and more in the Army, we don't really need them.
Your pilots are important in the Air Force. They're officers. So.
Yeah, I mean, in the Army, like the NCO Corps can run it.
Yeah.
Most of them are as educated or more educated than half the officers out there, and they got more experience.
But that's still a group of people that have been brought in and recognized.
Whatever came to the Red Rod. I gave it to Ian's mom, for sure. That's what happened to the Red Rod.
It is still, at some point, it's going to end up with Mrs. Witt. And I'm not talking about Alan's wife.
That's got to happen before the end of our...
I'm going to wait until Alan messages me one day and he's like, oh, we're worried about my mom because she's got this heart condition. I'm going to be like, perfect timing. I'm going to mail her a Red Rod. No, I wouldn't do that. That'd be horrible.
My dad's finally retired, and on vacation he was not shaving, so he was actually growing somewhat of a scruffy, like actually looked like he might be growing a beard, and he's never had a beard ever his entire life, ever. And like
I couldn't picture your dad
grow a beard. Yeah, and he's wearing a shirt. You can tell he's retired because my dad's like the most stoic, clear-cut, like clean-cut person in the entire world. Scruffy face, wearing a shirt, saying, "The older I get, the more, life in jail." Something along those lines.
Life in prison isn't a deterrent. Yeah,
it's a deterrent. That's what it was. This shirt said, and I was like, "Really, Dad?" Like, that's awesome.
That's a total 180.
That's it, bro. Alan's not exaggerating. From the time I've known Alan, and the few times I've run into his dad, Alan's dad was never not ready for a business meeting.
Yeah,
I've been with him out on his boat, and we joke about it. But literally, remember we were tubing, and one of his business partners came around and swamped us. And then, like, your dad was chit-chatting in the middle of the river after just nearly killing us on the tubes. And he was already in business mode, chatting with his business partner. And I'm like, does this dude ever stop just rocking and rolling?
No.
Like, nope.
That's my father-in-law. That's something that happened. My father-in-law is now
Yeah.
president of Queen's University in Charlotte.
What?
CEO of Queen's University. Yeah, he was
Uh-oh.
on first African American on the board, and they've been searching for a president, and they're like, "Hey, you want to be interim president for a year and a half, 2 years?" And so he's the first African American president at Queen's University in Charlotte. So he's running a D1 school.
Okay.
That's not a small thing, bro.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And
That's
he just
very cool.
casually kind of threw it out there while we were in the pool. He's like, "Hey, I got an announcement. Gonna be moving to the president's house."
Cool.
I'm like, what?
I don't know much about this man, but the little bit you've shared along the way, just
Google.
He's one of those people that keeps grinding, and you can't and there's a humbleness about him. Like he just casually sprinkled that on you. Like
he was.
Oh, by the way,
he was impressive when I met him at Chris's wedding. I mean, he was very impressive, man.
But not overbearing. Not like
not at all.
There's nothing in your face about it. He's just yeah. Anyways,
and then you Google him.
Those are the right kind of people you want in positions like that, though.
Yeah. Like it's crazy.
Well, tell him congratulations. That's cool.
Thank you.
That's cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's pretty much how we ended this chapter, right? I mean,
we're done. We've been done for 20 minutes.
Yeah, we have been. So let's do favorite character. Who's your favorite character, guys?
I didn't think about that. Let's go around. Well, he picked the easy person, Rand, but that's no.
Rand is just kind of an echo of what happened in previous chapters with him. It was good, but I don't think he's top tier here.
Okay.
All right, who's your favorite character then?
I want to say Galad, but the Matt and me wants to give a high five to the white cloak that actually chopped the head off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially in a series like this, where sometimes we've wanted things to just
happen,
progress and happen. Like these dudes, like it was going in a shitty direction, and like that, they just went, no, we got to fix this. So that was nice.
I think I'm gonna throw it to Swan this time because she's had a lot of growth, and she's had a lot of challenges, and she's accepted everything that she's had come her way, and she's owning it.
Yeah.
That's more than fair. That's a good pick. How many times in this series has somebody had like a perspective where they do a little bit of bitch and moaning, and I'm like, but I appreciate it, but like it's well deserved. It's never happened. Most of the time, I'm like, shut up. But Swan had a little bit of a moment, but she checked herself in her own moment, and it's like, honestly, lady, you can kind of sit there and grieve a little bit. You've been through a lot. Yeah. You've done a lot.
Yeah.
Like I said, Rand is kind of that, for me, penultimate person at this point. Like he's just gonna be the man now. But Swan definitely is his favorite character.
He is him.
He is him.
So. Yeah.
I think the part of me that would want to give it to Rand still has more to do with the anticipation for what's to come. Maybe not necessarily the right now in these chapters.
Fair.
Okay.
And the way he tried to talk Egwene into anal was like pretty smooth. And when she wasn't having it, he was like, look. Let's talk about it again later. Okay. We're going to, let's have another date.
We can table this.
Promise you'll meet up with me one more time and we'll talk about it there. And she's like, fine, I'll meet you. It's not going to happen, but I'll meet up with you again. He's like, all right, we got a chance. I get one more shot at convincing her. It's
good luck.
Wow.
I hate that popped in my mind. Literally the first time I was listening to this, I gave myself a little giggity moment, but then like I couldn't get through the rest of it without thinking it. Yeah. Anyways, I would say it ruined it for me, but honestly, I think it made it more exciting.
Yeah.
It enhanced it. Next week we're doing 2 chapters.
Especially when you think there's a possibility.
Next week.
the limited scope of women that I've been with, I've had the possibility, not just the possibility once, but it was a moment. It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah. So
anyway, 2 chapters.
2 chapters. The first chapter we're doing is The Pattern Groans.
Go. So she said yes. Okay.
A lot sooner rather than later.
And then writings. That's
a writing, like RIDING. Is it like that?
writing.
They call that move the rodeo. You don't ask permission, you just go for it and hold on for dear life. All right, sorry. Well, YouTube just kicked us off.
We just
my bad.
We lost all our fans. So yeah.
Sorry.
So we're going to OnlyFans.
If you're surprised at this moment, you have not been paying attention for years now.
Yeah, I still want our shirt from the Cosmere Reads. We have Tree designed a new shirt, but we haven't got it printed yet. But it's only hands for Stormlight Archive, because you have a safe hand. You can't show your hand.
Nice.
It's scandalous. Only hands. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing two chapters. So we'll do that next week. We'll be back for some more. It'll be fun. We'll do it. Make it happen.
Are we still trying to talk people into this maneuver? Like,
no, we're not. No, we're not.
Come on, we can do it. It'll be fun.
It'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. Yeah, just come back next week. Trust me. Trust me, bro. Next week.
Yeah, it's not free to like.
So until then, you can find us at thereeries.com. It's a website where you can find all sorts of things.
Smash the like button.
Not related to anything Ian's been talking about all night. You find things related to our podcast.
It all sounds relevant.
Share with everybody that we're back and acting as goofy as ever.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. This is what happens when you take
the
a 2-week
wine
break. This happens when you take a 2-week break. This is what happens. We need to do it more often. Actually, we might have to take more breaks just to make sure we time our last episode with what we want to do for it. So anyway, we'll figure that out as we get closer. Yeah, so go to the website, go to links, all that fun stuff. Yeah, smash the like button, destroy it. Just utterly just decimate the like button.
Or you can tap it gently. Okay.
Oh, you tap it gently. Now you can do that to the subscribe button. Subscribe, you can tap gently. Just tap the subscribe gently. But just destroy the like button. Just take all the anger and hatred out of it.
It is
that's all.
We've been on 2 hours almost, and you can tell.
Yeah. So that's all I got for this week, guys. That's all I got. I'm gonna end it there. To do those things.
And as Rand said to Egwene before he left, until next time.
I can't do it.
Hey, bye. Thank you for watching The Wheel Reads.
Until next time.
Bye.
Get your Coast Guard certified life-saving device ready and strapped on.
Oh, where are we doing tonight?
What kind of strap on you talking about?
Sure.